Uh, I am resident of Colorado for YouTube. Joel Sains. That is my buddy Alan Gallant. That is my buddy Patrick McCray. We are here to review the movie Count Dracula, starring Christopher Lee and his ever-changing mustache.
Yes. First it's gray, now it's brown, then it's gray again.
There are some really, really cool, just awesome looking camera work here. Love the shots, love the scenery. When did you guys first see Count Dracula starring Christopher Lee? Alan?
I probably saw this sometime in the 90s when, I can't remember if I VHS'd it or saw it on cable. Probably VHS'd it back then. Didn't have a lot of access to cable, but sometimes I did. So, yeah, sometime in the 90s, probably when I was, let's see, still married to my first wife. So it would have been before 95.
Cool. Patrick, when did you first see this?
I saw this film on opening weekend, Showcase Cinemas, when I was a youth. What year did this film come out? I'm trying to recall.
It actually came out in 1970 originally.
In 1970, I was in the womb. No. I saw this, of course, at a revival at Mini Tricon in Pittsburgh, in Tennessee, which is near Philadelphia, Tennessee, back in 1998. And we had a historian in Hollywood Hair Pieces who came. And Dr. Francis Merkin, and brought the mustache, the actual mustache. It had been purchased at an auction by Tom Atkins, and part of his collection. And it was great. We got to see it. It was sort of interactive. You got to wear it for a little while during the movie. It was cool.
Yeah.
Joey sounds so sad now.
I'm still wearing it.
I saw this in 1993 on the Sci-Fi Channel about 2 in the Sci-Fi
your childhood must have been warped, man.
It was. My mother saw to it. Because when your mother introduces you to horror movies, it's all good. And that's the thing. That's the thing too. Sci-Fi Channel actually was showing. I think it was around 11 p.m. They started showing a bunch of vampire movies. So it was like It was like the Daughters of Dracula, Dracula and Son, which was fucking stupid.
That was with Damon Wilson.
And so they showed this, and I was still awake.
Son of Blackula.
So no, they did not show that one. I saw that one on TCM years later.
Scream. Was there a Son of Blackula? I know there's a Scream Blackula Scream.
Scream Blackula Scream and Blackula. No,
but
I don't think there was a Son of Blackula unless Damon Wilson made it in secret.
He did very little in secret. I know
that's true.
Christopher Lee, I mean, we know he's known for villains. I mean,
but now it was a departure for him to play Dracula. How did he wind up with this part?
Really?
He's taking a risk.
Actual Dracula from the book.
Yeah, I sort of do wonder if Lee had something to do with that, because he was a stickler for reading books. I mean, I don't know if he was or wasn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he put input into this somehow.
Oh, I would not be surprised.
I think Christopher Lee had input in everything.
Yeah, he did. He was well known for that. But yes, but the thing about this that some audience members who are uninitiated may not know is that this follows the book as closely as any film about Dracula ever made. Including the appearance of Dracula, the fact that he ages when he hasn't fed, and then he gets younger when he has, all of these sorts of wonderful things. And let me say this about the soundtrack. The soundtrack's great. It's like a combination of Bob Cobert and what's the guy that did the Hans Zimmer. because it's got some of that Hans Zimmer dun, 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 stuff in it, and the rest of it's very sort of, and it's echoey, man. It's like they said, this isn't a Hammer film, but we're going to borrow some of their effects. And it isn't a Hammer film. It's I think it's the only Dracula that Christopher Lee ever did that wasn't a Hammer film. He stuck with Hammer even with the lamentable Dracula AD 1972. So where he only appears for 15 seconds in the entire.
That made me fear bubonic plague. I think that may be one of the first Hammer movies I ever saw. That and Satanic Rites, which kind of go together, as I recall.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's a bunch of Satanist kids that are trying to resurrect him and all this stuff.
Good for them. Need a hobby.
Absolutely. You gotta have a hobby.
Sir, that's right. Some kids collect baseball cards. Other people try to resurrect the dead.
That's right.
So,
using various pentagrams and gods and whatever.
All on a Saturday afternoon. Why not?
Oh, please. Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh. The castle is beautiful in this movie. The cinematography is very
cool.
Very nice.
It really follows the tradition of these kind of films during that era, from the late 50s into the 70s. It's very true to that.
Jess Franco made enough movies. I mean, he's a competent filmmaker.
Yes, absolutely. And the cast of this film there's nothing wrong with the cast of this film. Herbert Lom playing Van Helsing, and
a great choice.
And Klaus Kinski as himself. Renfield. It's pretty good. And actually, this is a pretty sedate performance by Klaus Kinski for the most part. I mean, he does jump up and strangle a girl temporarily, but other than that, it's pretty sedate compared to some of his other.
That's the thing about Kinski I never quite understood, is that, he has this reputation, well earned. I mean, I saw My Best Fiend. And Jewel, if you haven't, man, you need to see that movie.
Yeah.
He has his reputation for being a nut, and yet he goes off in America and other countries, makes very normal movies where he can't have pulled his stuff. Two, I'll point out, Buddy Buddy, which was Billy Wilder's last movie, and you know that Herr Wilder is not going to put up with that. Second.
I think something about his relationship with Herzog
brought it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you look at Venom. He makes this movie Venom about the snake.
Yeah.
And guess who he co-stars with? Nicole Williamson.
Right. Oh my God.
Those two guys together.
Problem children. Yes.
What the hell are the producers thinking? That director must have really lost a bet.
The original title of the movie was Gasoline and Match.
And yet I've heard no stories coming off that movie about whether or not. Now maybe I just haven't
got along great and used to go drinking together or something, and
who
got along. I said maybe the two of them got along great and they used to.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Klaus is in my second favorite Western of all time, The Great Silence. Great movie. So just saying. But,
Joel, what's wrong with Lust in the Dust? Why did that make number 1 or number 2? With Divine, Tab Hunter, Lainie Kazan. You're a big Lainie Kazan fan.
See, I put Lust in the Dust in a blender with Silverado, and I come up with something like Lust for Gold.
That's a great movie. AI, are you listening?
Silverado is a lot of fun. It's a fun watch.
I always thought that Klaus Kinski could have given Divine a run for her money if he had decided to become a drag performer. And I know he did. He was in drag a couple of times in his films, or at least once. But Kinski, just different. Different.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, Klaus Kinski or Oliver Reed?
Oh, I'd have a better time with Oliver Reed, I think, because Reed might beat the crap out of you, but he wouldn't murder you with a long knife, you know.
And I think Reed would be very, very, very. Reed was one of those drunks, I imagine, who could be very easily won over by affection.
Possibly. I think a lot of also when he used to appear on talk shows, ripped. I think he did that on purpose in order to substantiate his reputation, sometimes at least.
Yeah, though I think it really backfired on him with Letterman, though.
It did, but it worked well with him on several of the other talk shows he was.
Oh my God, the classic Shelley Winters.
But they let him do what he wanted to do. You know,
the Shelley Winters appearance on the Tonight Show.
Yes, that was so perfect.
It really was.
It was. She did the right thing, and he probably expected it thoroughly. So,
yeah, Klaus Kinski as Renfield he's amazing. I love his performance in it. Because he's just laying there and he just gets up and grabs somebody. It's like, damn, dude. But
and he's dressed entirely in white, which may have been his own device. I would not.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. That was his own device.
Try and take him out of it. No.
Yeah.
Well, I do like how they set up the hospitals in this movie, because when Harker jumps, he wakes up in the hospital and he's all paranoid. Like,
it's Seward Sanatorium. Yeah.
Yep. I love how they set that up in this movie. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, it's like he had a lost weekend at Drax Castle, and suddenly he's waking up out of it, and is not entirely sure what happened, which adds to the whole thing, because it's kind of true. He's terrified of the guy, but at the time this all happens, that's why he ends up like out the window. So yeah, it's great. It's a nice device. It served. The lead up to it was great cinematically, the way that they filmed that whole, the scene of him skulking around and crawling around between the two windows. The only thing that you didn't see that's in the book is that when he's out there, he sees Dracula climbing up the wall.
Yeah.
In the book. That I was waiting for that. I didn't remember whether or not that was in there. And I, of course, having read the book as well, it's like it confused. So it's like,
I think that's in Bram Stoker's Dracula too.
I think it is. Yes. I'm quite sure it is. But they didn't put it in this one, and I thought for sure they were going to, and I'd forgotten that they hadn't.
Man.
But it's still a cool scene. It's a really cool scene where where he ends up flying out the window and then wakes up.
I do love the woman. My baby, I want my baby back.
Oh yeah, and then of course he hands the baby over to the two mistresses there, vampire wives, which is from the book. That's there, and that's also in Bram Stoker's Dracula one what's his name did.
I remember when Bram Stoker's Dracula came out, Chili's had an ill-advised corporate tie-in promotion with their baby back ribs. And it was, and they came in a pillowcase. They came in a sack that they would throw on the table. Yeah. It was, they shouldn't have done that.
Oh my God.
The worst part was that they wrapped him in little blankets.
You can keep the swaddling clothes.
So you can wipe your face off.
God. No. Oh God. Yeah, you just went there. Wow.
Is that the worst movie restaurant gimmick you seen, or what?
No, the worst was when that Charlie Chaplin movie where he plays the Hitler type Henkel.
Yes.
When that came out, there was a re-release in like the mid '80s, and when that came out, they advertised a tie-in that was it was a French fry, but it was one big potato that had been sort of mashed down and fried as like a giant French fry, and it was the Great Dictator.
Yes, right.
And it was sort of phallic shaped, and yeah.
Oh my God.
They also did the Monopoly game on the regular fries again during that, except they called it fascism anarchy instead of Monopoly.
I got one for you. I forget whether it was McDonald's or Burger King. Did Clue, okay?
I remember that.
And
Yes,
and
that was
you want to now I don't know how it went at other restaurants, but you want to know how it went here? Not good, because you know what they didn't do? They didn't put any of the Clue stuff on the food they were selling. Nothing came with it. It's like, wait, aren't they supposed to be selling this stuff?
Yeah.
Wait, well, how'd you get? Did they just not do it there? Or what?
Employees were probably keeping them all.
Okay, you know how like when you go to the restaurant, you see the poster of the advertisement of the movie,
Yeah.
like Clue or whatever it is they're doing for the movie or whatever. They had that on the restaurant, but when you ordered your food and stuff, like there was no like game, like when you do McDonald's and Monopoly, they have the Monopoly pieces on, like
They're stuck on the fries,
right.
on the
There was none of that. There was none of that for Clue at all.
Ew.
Nothing.
I'm telling you, the employees were keeping the little.
I believe you. I believe you. So that happened, folks. But yeah, what's some of you guys' favorite scenes from this movie?
I love that scene where he wakes up in the hospital.
That's an excellent scene. Yes,
That's a great scene. My favorite
Klaus
scene.
Kinski acts normal for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I really like the build up to the end. I always like the end of the novel, and the whole pursuit thing that happens.
Posse.
Yeah,
the posse.
It's a real chase. Yeah, it's a real chase. I really like that. I love the soundtrack. It's so reminiscent of the two composers that I mentioned, Bob Cobert and Hans Zimmer. But at the same time, it's very reminiscent of House of Dark Shadows and some of the other stuff that's coming out.
So you're not talking about his theme to Chain Reaction, or the $100,000 Pyramid. You're not talking about those pieces of music.
No, not those. No, the actual filmic.
Wouldn't it be great to go back and take Dark Shadows and put in inappropriate Bob Cobert music instead?
Right.
Barnabas is dun 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 dun.
Really? Is he or isn't he in the coffin? Let's find out. Carol Merrill?
have instead of Carolyn being the vampire, have her be like the Vanna White, like the game show.
Right.
Just like, here's this coffin laying here.
Right. Let's see what's behind door number 2.
Yes, absolutely. Why not?
Dun dun dun! It's a goat.
Jesus.
Willie gets beat for letting the camera in the door.
Letting the goat out of the.
Well, that $100,000 Pyramid theme, that is the beating of Willie music. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I love everything about this movie, from the beginning of it to the train ride to Harker's going to Dracula's castle.
It's got all of that villager stuff.
I feel like I need to see it all over again.
Yeah.
I'm sending you
the movie.
I've
been working all weekend.
It's an eye-popping good time.
I've not seen the movie.
No,
but I want to.
No,
they're just letting me hang around.
Because we love you, Patrick.
I thank God.
As you can tell stories about, Chili's promotion, McDonald's game pieces.
Even better yet, we'll give Carolyn, we'll give Nancy Barrett Christopher Lee's mustache for the game show. So that's so, just for the hell of it.
Right here. I'll just shave this off and put it on event.
Oh my God, I'm going to hell.
I played 8 characters in Dark Shadows. One of them was Dracula with a mustache.
Yes.
Nancy.
Yeah, you get the brides of Dracula, if you will, in this movie, the baby feeding. I like how Harker's just laying there on the floor like, I'm so screwed.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much.
the inside of the castle looks just as impressive as the outside too. I love what the
Mhm.
cinematographers did with the movie that way too, because it looked so damn
It was
creepy.
great, and you gave that you had the hint of the decay of the place.
Yep.
Like the place has not been kept up, and there's this,
And you're right. The chase, the mob build up at the end, the build up to
mhm.
the end, the chase sequence, the coffin on fire is my
Yeah, it's very cool.
fuck.
It's a big fu at the end when they just hurl it over the top of the ramparts and it crashes into the ground.
Yeah.
I half expected like a bat to fly out of it, but no, they stuck
That
to the book.
that would have been something if they would have pulled off the effect of the bat tries to fly out and it's on fire.
Yeah,
Or
and
some
just kind of
shit.
goes.
Like
Yeah.
Demon Out of Hell.
Mhm. The
You know,
effect the effect that they did with the overlay of the flames and Dracula's face and it
Mhm.
gradually aging down to the skeletal remains was reasonably well done for a movie that really was not a high budget movie to begin with.
you know
But
how
it had pretty decent effect actually. I'm trying
if
to.
I were to end right, I directed a production of Dracula once. I wasn't really happy with the ending as written because it required a lot more in the effects department I could really do.
Yeah, I did a college production of it, and it was. We
That's-
fortunately had everything, so we did the whole thing.
but I keep thinking that there are subtle ways to deal with the ending in Dracula. And the way I always wanted to end it was at the big showdown at Carfax Abbey,
Mm-hmm.
and Harker shows back up. And Dracula's reveling in his bed. Nothing can stop me. And he says, "Well,
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's true, but Count, I'm noticing something. The deed was never notarized, which technically means you don't have permission to be here."
Poof.
Yeah, what? What? And so he's forced to walk to the doors and throw them open where the sun has risen and all
Yeah,
this other stuff.
yeah,
Because Dracula's all about these weird legal technicalities.
yeah. It's true.
Kill him with one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. I
Yeah.
remember. I directed a. I was in a production of Passion of Dracula, which is sort of a bit of a
Christopher
satire of
Burnell
Dracula.
was in
Yeah.
that.
Yes, he was, and he was also in. He was also in. I think he was in Dracula too. I think he
Yeah.
was in both. Um, but anyway, Passion of Dracula is quite fun to do. You got all these pompous ass characters and these women running around in diaphanous gowns, and Dracula shows up every once in a while to kind
As
of.
I recall, that's one of the simpler Draculas to do.
Well,
Am I
it's
wrong
got
about
it's
that?
got a few special effects that involve smoke pots and strobe lights and things like
Okay.
that, but it's not too terrible to do. As a matter of fact, the final thing is he realizes that he ends up taking a stake to the heart, and he staggers out through the pair of French doors, and he turns around, he goes like this. Smoke pots go off, lights go down, lights come right back up, and a skeleton is there, and it just goes boom.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So that was the most sophisticated stunt that we had to pull in it, and we had some other stuff like mice running across the stage and little things like that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to do. And I was like the production of Dracula that I did, which was the same. There's the Lugosi script. It was the one that he did on Broadway. I forget the guy that wrote it.
Balderston and Dean.
Yeah,
John
back in
Balderston, Hamlin
2010,
Dean, I think.
I was asked to be an artist in residence at my alma mater, UCF, and so I went there and I did Van Helsing because they needed somebody older to do it anyway. And the director was one of my advisors on my thesis committee. So he said, "You want to come and do Van Helsing?" And I said, "Sure." And I said, "Okay, just show up. We'll pay you." And I said, "Oh yeah, I'll be there." And so I mentored a couple of the young actors while we were doing the production, and had a great time doing that. And thing was loaded with special effects. We had shit coming out of the walls. It was great because we had this huge tech staff, and so we figured out how to do it, and it was great. It's a lot of stuff.
Man, I'll give you a good video game recommendation if you ever play it, if you ever get a console. It's a little sandbox vampire game called Vampire. Very good. But I give this movie a 10 out of 10. What do you guys give it?
I will. I'd probably give it a 9 anyway.
Yeah.
I give it a 9 anyway. It's entertaining. I'll only give it a 9 because there are a couple of places in it where the pacing's a little slow.
Yeah.
But I like its adherence to the book. It's as close as you're going to get. I like the fact that they followed the descriptions of the characters from the book. I love the sets, as you mentioned before. The exteriors were also really cool. And I like the aesthetic of it. It's the aesthetic of those 60s, early 70s horror films, and it's really well done that way. It does plot in a couple places, and I think that's because maybe they're following the book a little too closely, for film. But other than that, it's great. So I give it a 9.
I think what helps this movie for me is how they introduce the women. And they keep them very interesting too, and they involve them, especially the blonde. She's like trying to help Professor Von Helsing a little bit.
Yeah,
really good job with that. They did good.
Yeah, they were kind of following the theme of some of the Hammer films, where the women had larger, more substantial roles in them. Even the so-called victims had, good character pieces to perform a lot of times.
So. Yeah. Patrick, what do you give this movie, man?
Oh, a 10. I was spellbound by it, and I want to see it again and again.
Cool.
I was going to agree with the host.
Oh my god! What movie do you guys want to do next? You guys can pick out.
Oh, Lord. Let me think.
My Best Fiend.
My Best Fiend?
Do you enjoy My Best Fiend?
I do not. I have not seen that movie.
You haven't seen My Best?
No.
Well, it's a movie about how wacky Klaus Kinski really is.
Okay.
There's a documentary that
is it Werner
Herzog made about his relationship with Klaus Kinski.
Okay, yes, we got to see this then.
Yeah,
Did you guys? I have a question. Did you guys see the Chamber of Horrors match that I sent you on YouTube? Did you watch it? Very nice, huh? Abdullah the Butcher gets electrocuted. So yeah.
Well, the positive goes to one end of the mustache, and the negative goes to the other end of the mustache.
Yeah.
My best teacher talked just like Bill the Butcher. It really did.
Yeah.
Cool.
My Best Fiend is on Tubi.
Okay. So is tomorrow good for everybody, or?
Yeah. It's not a long movie. I think it's only about 90 minutes.
That's short. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I got tomorrow afternoon off. I'll watch it then.
Oh, Alan, if you haven't seen it, it's pure show business gold.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god. So link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel, Collins Sport After Dark. He's got a new video up that'll rock your fucking socks off.
Rock and roll, baby.
That's right. Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Daybook Unbound will be in the description box. Go pick it up if you haven't already. Great read. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you tomorrow night. Stay safe.
Thank you.